Good morning, everyone. Today I have Audiology. They're going to be checking my implants to make sure I'm still happy with the levels. And also I need to mention to them about the batteries because it doesn't always tell me when they're dead, and this is annoying. So I need to mention that to them as well. Yeah, I'll bring you guys along for what I can. But yes, it's going to be a good day. I am in double layers. I've got a long sleeve top on, I've got my hoodie on, I've got some tights on, I've got some leggings on. So I've got tights on underneath my leggings, so my legs are nice and warm. And I've got some fluffy socks on, and I have my boots on. Yeah, we don't have any snow, but it is cold. So yes. I'm just chilling out this morning. I'm currently doing a puzzle, and then after that, I'm probably going to work on my Flamingo Land project because I've been really enjoying that at the moment and I'm actually getting somewhere. But I'm going to do that when I've had enough of this, which might be when we come back, I don't really know. So yeah, I'm going to keep you guys updated and bring you guys along for the day. I just got back from hospital. It went really well. We talked about things psychologically that I could do. So for example, I've been internally about my implants. So for example, when I can't hear something or when something sounds strange, I go to the worst case scenario because obviously I'm such an overthinker. And she said I need to start thinking about externally. So I need to start thinking about environmental factors and whether I'm ill or whether I'm whether the equipment, because she said that obviously I'm gonna always have fluctuations in my hearing, and she says sometimes with the fluctuations in my hearing it could also be lead to fluctuations in my implant as well. So there's many factors as to why I think it might not be working, but in sense that it is working, I just need to think about other factors that can contribute to it. So we've spoken about that. We did some testing. We did some aid testing. So we did like a hearing test with my implants on, and then we did speech testing as well, to make sure I can hear when people are talking. So yeah, it was a very good appointment. We were talking about possibly getting a hearing dog. She said obviously a hearing, if I don't get accepted, it's okay because there are many things that we can do, like getting different equipment that can help. Or she said even just getting a normal dog. She said getting like a regular pet dog can also help, because dogs are very intuitive. So basically, if there is a sound or the door's going or whatever, the dog is likely to look at you anyway. So she said that even just getting a regular pet dog can also help if I don't get accepted, which is fine. So we've talked about that. We've talked about obviously with my implants and how I think they are working very well. We've also talked about so we've tried booking an appointment with ENT. However, we couldn't book one in yet, so we're waiting for them to call up. The person that we spoke to said if we don't hear back from them by the end of the month, then we have to call them up, because we're going to try and get an appointment with them, because I'm due annual reviews with my ENT consultant to make sure things are going the right way. She also said, the audiologist also said that I need to start thinking about the ear infections are a symptom of what I have going on. The problem that I have is my ears don't drain. So she said that's the problem I have. My ears don't filter things. So she said that I need to start not looking at that. I need to start about solving the issue. And it's not about solving, it's about accepting it, that this is my reality. I'm always going to have ear infections, I'm always going to have fluctuations in hearing, so it's just accepting it now, which I said to her, it's really hard when you've had hearing loss your whole life and the focus has always been trying to solve the infections. But now I need to understand that actually that's not a possibility. We're never going to solve it. So I now need to start to accept it. So there's a lot of psychological things that I need to sort out in my brain with accepting this and understanding it and that sort of thing. So yeah, it was a very good appointment. I'm now going to get some dinner. For lunch, I'm having some super noodles. Not super noodles, no, I'm having meatballs. And then I'm going to go on TikTok Live and talk to some people. That's what I'm going to do. So, I just wanted to do a quick video talking about the psychological effects that hearing loss can have and people with hearing impairment. So the biggest psychological factor people with hearing impairment can have is depression and loneliness. Now that is very common because people with hearing loss tend to have a lot more anxiety in going into social settings, thinking that they're not going to be heard, or they're going to be misunderstood, or how are they going to understand me, or are they going to understand me? Are they going to let me say what I want to say? Now, that is very, very common. But also, I don't want to just talk about that. I want to talk about the psychological effect of having a device can have. Now, what I mean by psychological is the things that we have to factor in, like communication, like getting used to the devices, but also for me, I got told today that I need to think about my implants and the environment that I'm in, because the environment that I am in can have an effect on how my implants perform, but also on my overall listening status. So yeah, I wanted to talk about obviously the psychological effects because looking at it from an outsider, obviously I'm not an outsider, but from your guys' perspective as people that can hear, you might not realise how hard it can be for someone with hearing loss. You might just think, okay, they have a device, there we go, done, dusted, that's their job, like, there you go, you can hear, perfect, off you go. It's not as easy as that, because what comes with it is a lot of anxiety about talking with people, but also you've got a brand new device, you don't know what to do with it, you don't know if it's even going to work, you don't even know what things are going to sound like, and there's a lot more to think about in terms of psychological. So yeah, to be fair, I haven't really prepared this conversation, as you can tell. I haven't prepared what I was going to say or anything like that. So yeah, just think there's a lot of psychological factors that play a part in hearing loss, like massive, like depression, loneliness, anxiety, communication, yeah, and it can all play a part in you as a person. But if any of you have hearing loss and you struggle psychologically, or even if you don't have hearing loss and you struggle psychologically, feel free to chat to me. I struggle a lot with anxiety. Anxiety is the number one thing that I struggle a lot with, and with my hearing loss, it does escalate it a bit more because I'm a lot more on edge about things. I'm a lot more on edge about if I'm gonna hear certain things or if I'm gonna understand a conversation. I'm a lot more on edge on people. I'm a lot more on edge because things are heightened, like things are louder. And again, for me, it's about learning that, but not just that. The other part psychologically is when you are being told, okay, well, you have this problem. So for me, I have the problem that my ears don't drain. And with that problem, it means that the symptom that I get is ear infections. And for me, I have to think about psychologically, like I need to get my head around the fact that this is gonna be forever. Like, this is my life. Like, nothing's going to make this better. Nothing is going to be a solution. And my audiologist that I spoke to today quite literally said to me that ENT is sort of not really an option very much anymore, because we're at a point now where this is my reality. The infections are my reality, where I'm going to have them regardless if I like them or not. So that's what stemmed this conversation of talking about psychological effects of hearing loss and conditions, because you have to get around something that has always been, okay, we're going to try and solve this, or if we do this it might help it, or like I have had ear infections since I was 2 years old. I'm 21 now, so I've had them for 19 years, and throughout those years there's been numerous ENT doctors, and when I've seen them, it's always been, okay, let's solve it. It's always been, okay, let's do this, and this might help prevent it, this might help solve it. And when I spoke to Audiology today, she literally said to me, like, we're not really bothered about solving it anymore, because it's gonna keep happening regardless. Because if what we're doing isn't doing anything, then that clearly shows that it is a different problem. So yeah, that's what I mean by psychological, is because I've always been told, okay, this might help, or this might help, or this might solve it, this might prevent it, or if you have this it might stop it. However, then being told by an ENT doctor there's nothing we can do, and it's the psychological effects of that, of knowing, okay, this is my reality, like, how do I deal with it? But in fact, it's like I am dealing with it. I just need to psychologically process it and go, okay, right, this is how it's gonna go. This is what I need to do, that sort of thing. So yeah, I know this conversation is a bit here, there, and everywhere. I did not prepare anything. I just press record and off we go. But I will do a video at some point in a little bit more structured way talking about it. But if you do have any questions about hearing loss or anything like that, feel free to drop them in the comments below, and we will have a conversation about it. Let's go.
Can't put the cart there. Lucky enough, I've got that.
But then again, with that, I think that'll be better, because then we can.
Oh, you've got to come back up that way, wouldn't you? Like,
Yeah.
actually take it down there, but.
But I think that way we're just going to be quicker. Because with where we're parked, it's right where the drop curb is.
Yeah.
So then we can just take him straight across there. I'm now back from picking Brandon up from college. I'm going to continue working on this puzzle, and I'm going to watch Waterloo Road whilst I do that. I'm going to try and finish this puzzle between today and tomorrow, and then hopefully finish it tomorrow, and then I can continue working on my Flamingo Land project again. I'm now going to bed as I'm super tired. Obviously, we had a busy day today with the appointment and taking in all the information, and obviously picking Brandon up from college. But a lot to process today. So yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna take my implants off, because obviously I can't wear them during the night, so when my implants are off, I'm sort of in my own little bubble. I said that to one of the audiologists earlier, that when my implants are off, I feel like I'm in my own little bubble where, like, it's just me, nobody else. So yes, I'm gonna take my implants off. Because obviously I can't wear them during the night, which is sad. But it is what it is. I can't imagine wearing this during the night and just like hearing like the sound of the pillow. And then just pull it off. And now I'm in my little bubble. I can hear my TV because it's quite loud. But like, if someone was to call me now, the chances are is that I will not hear it. so that's good. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed now, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next week for another busy appointment. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.